How are you guys doing? It is Sunday, October 11th, 2020 out here in this quarantine. I'm James Sims, and for this episode of The Elite, because it is Sunday, I'm going to go into the Elite Chronicles, which is one of my many stories, which kind of paints the picture as to why I love sports and kind of why I view sports the way that I do. And with game one of the National League Championship Series between the top seed Los Angeles Dodgers and the second seed Atlanta Braves happening tomorrow, I'm going to use this opportunity to kind of go into one of the Elite Chronicles from the very series that they faced off to prior to this. So I went to game three of this series, and it took place on Sunday, October 7th, 2018. At the time, Truist Park was SunTrust Park, and this was the new stadium, This is the first playoff game in that stadium. I believe it was the second year that the Braves were playing in SunTrust Park. But this would have been the first playoff game. And, of course, the Dodgers being as dominant as the Dodgers were. This was the year they had Manny Machado for half of a season. And naturally, the Dodgers took a 2-1 series over the Atlanta Braves. This is the year that the Los Angeles Dodgers lost to the Red Sox, just to give you a bit more context. This was the first playoff game in SunTrust. I was able to go with my mom, my brother, and my sister. It was a really, really cool time. We drove up. We got a chance to see the Village because the new stadium it was built like the new Busch State, like the new St. Louis Cardinals stadium, where they kind of have a village around it, where you have restaurants and shops and kind of everything going on. So you got to see all that. Because of course it was playoff baseball. It was like a lot of the other Braves games that I'd been to. I've been to other Braves playoff games, but this was really kind of different because it was in a new stadium, and of course it was historic. They had Chipper Jones throughout the first pitch, and because it's a playoff game, we got the cheapest tickets we could find, and we were just sitting high up, just enjoying the game because it's a very nice stadium in a very nice part of Atlanta. The game is progressing, and of course, because it's the Atlanta Braves, you got a chance to see some of the between innings performances. Like they have this one thing that they still do, where I think at the end of in the middle of the sixth or the seventh innings, they have a guy. They give a guy basically a head start where they run around the warning track, but then they have this one guy that's dressed up kind of in a I forget what they call those. The morph suits where you have the full body suits. I guess he was a former track star. So they give the fan about a 10-second head start, and the Flash just beats them every single time, or beat the Freeze, because I guess his suit looks lightish blue, kind of like Frozone from The Incredibles. But yeah, he basically beat him around the diamond, so that was pretty interesting. Chipper Jones, of course, Atlanta Braves legend, almost a unanimous Hall of Fame pick. I think it was unanimous, or very close to unanimous. He definitely had at least 99% of the votes. I digress. He threw out the first pitch, so of course it was wonderful. In this game, it will be Sean Newcomb made the start against Walker Buehler, and this is Walker Buehler's rookie season. He already put up an amazing regular season, but that year he lost the rookie of the year to Ronald Acuna that year. And there was a little bit of something there. So of course they kind of set it up, and the Dodgers had dominated the Braves in prior in the prior games pretty easily. I think they shut them out probably both of the games, or held them really low scoring games. But of course in this game, first off, the Atlanta Braves scored 5 runs in the bottom of the second. So first, Walker Buehler, he walked Sean Newcomb with the bases loaded. He walked the pitcher, and this is with 2 outs, so he had a chance to put it away, but he didn't. He walked him, and then he was up 3-0. He had a 3-0 count on Acuna. He threw a ball way too high, and then everyone thought it was going to be a walk, bring another run home. But no, the umpire called a strike, so it was 3-1. The very next pitch, Ronald Acuna hit the ball all the way into the left field bleachers. He had a grand slam in the playoffs. He was the youngest player since, I believe, Mickey Mantle in I forget exactly who was the last player, but it was a Yankee great who was the only player who was younger than Ronald Acuna to hit a grand slam in a playoff game. So, of course, that was historic, to add on to the fact that he won the Rookie of the Year. But then the Dodgers, being as dominant as the Dodgers were, they did come back. Justin Turner had a 2-run single in the top of the third to make it 5-2. Chris Taylor would hit a 2-run home run, and then Max Muncy would hit a home run following that to tie the game at 5. And, of course, as a Braves fan, everyone's kind of getting tens. But then the bottom of the sixth, Freddie Freeman would hit the home run to give the Braves the lead. Neither team would actually score, but it would get really, really close at the very, very end. In the eighth, I believe the Dodgers had two on, and then Yasiel Puig, who I believe is on the Reds now, the Indians, I'm not sure, but he struck out. And then in the bottom of the ninth, with runners on with runners on second and third, by the way, Vizcaino was able to strike out Hunter Dozier, the pinch hitter second baseman, for the final out of the game. And with this, the Atlanta Braves were able to win 6-5. They won their very first playoff game. That was the only game of the series that they won, of course. But yeah, they won their very first game in SunTrust, now Truist Park, and I was there in the building to see it. I was there for every second of it. I'm not gonna lie. There were parts of the game where I really thought the Dodgers were gonna sweep the Braves, but they didn't. And even to add on to that, we even my family, we even made the Jumbotron a couple of times because my sister had this tie-dye multicolored squid hat. And then my brother was dancing, so we were all kind of looking like fools, really enjoying ourselves. And the Atlanta Braves won. So I guess whenever I see the Braves and the Dodgers, I'm always going to think about this game because I was there in the building for this game. And honestly, I'm really looking forward to see how this series goes. It's going to be a very interesting one. And to be honest, I think it's going to be the series that decides who wins it all. But at the end of the day, we never know. Because on the other side of the aisle, you have a team that won 40 games and a team that is very hard to get rid of in the playoffs, even though they're starting pitchers out. But with that said, it is Sunday, October 11th, 2020 out here in this quarantine. I'm James Sims. This is The Elite. And once again, thank you for hearing my piece, and peace out.